this out a little bit, retighten it. There are different tips. And all the ones I've personally had that have a single tip, they just don't catch. I've got those and they just don't work. You can't use them, but you work what works for you. You'll make sure they're perfectly evenly set, as close as possible. I just don't like pulling the snap on everything out. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Come on. In the hole. It has to go in the slot. Make sure it goes in the slot or the whole thing falls apart as you're riding it. It's so important. I can't even begin to tell you. It's called a snap ring for a reason. So. If this comes apart on you, I am hereby calling you an idiot. Because it should never do that. Now, this little part is stupidly important. We want grease on the inside. We don't want grease on the outside. We want it to seal. So you got to take a little rag and wipe off your excess. How this is supposed to work is your center hub doesn't move. The wheel spins around it and the bearings spin around the hub, and the center hub piece ain't supposed to move anywhere, or it grinds up your axle. It's not supposed to spin over the axle, guys. Make sure you get all your excess grease away. That doesn't mean use solvent. Rag is plenty. Let's see, bare metal in there. No grease on it. Now, what I get to do is put this cork in. Now these corks, they're not Harley Davidson corks. They never fit right. You just stuff them in place. Take a screwdriver. And pack it. So use your screwdriver tip and go around it. And you're going to peel off some cork when you get done. But you shouldn't crack the thing in half. You just got to be careful. You crack it in half. Go buy yourself another cork kit. Do it again. So hopefully I'll get this in place without cracking it, because my other cork kits are buried somewhere. I gotta go find them. Call patience, time, take care. I've had to pull them off, just piece off a little bit of the cork sometimes. Needs a little pressure, a lot of patience, work it in there. That's what it takes. We'll peel off a little bit of excess cork. I'm sure the Harley ones are made so well that that didn't happen. Fresh out of the old stock Harley is with real corks. Never had any. Press it down so hard you go through the cork to destroy it. If it's busted all the way through in the center, you'll be in cork. Again, it's a snap ring, so you got to see that edge of the snap ring all around the edge of your hub. If you notice, I was using the screwdriver as sort of a knife. Will get rid of any excess cork. It always has some. Take our other snap ring here. And our snap ring pliers. Okay. As you heard, it snapped in place. Okay, that's one side. Now we've got the important side, which is here. Okay. So I'm gonna put this down. So I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. It's a whole part of having all these cameras. Now these shims here were from the 38. I've got some other shims from the 40. The shims, pretty much have different sizes. The concept is that it's shimmed right here on the end plate, which I'm going to show you guys how to do. So I'm just going to make a little space here for all of this stuff. Here, gasket. These here, again, that's our old worn one, so that's no good. Put that over there. I'm going to accidentally use it. We've got these two good ones here. These little screws right there, our little washers here. All this up here. And make us a little room. These are bearings. Back there. It's a lot easier if you can set the wheel on the table. Like so. Now, these early gaskets, the real gaskets, seal very easily with grease. As long as it isn't torn, and we use them. This is a real Harley Davidson gasket. That goes the same on your transmission. And guess what? On most of your motor, you can use your gaskets if it was applied with grease for an extended period of time. You can put a sealer on it, that ain't gonna happen. Grease, magic happens. It seals up and you get to use your gasket. But many times, no problems, no oil leaks, but you can oil motors. So, got a gasket in place. Looking for the least amount of wear on one of these. Got it. Now again, we use the original spindle, internal part of the hub, and because it's an early one, it doesn't take the spacer. So the later one takes the spacer back here on the back. I know that because the book's right there. Take your bearings, pop our bearings in. There's a nowhere. Just had, marks of having to run. This is exactly a 2.50. That's stock. So, the black spoke issue. How's it got black spokes? Well, the reality is, you can get what you ordered. And this rim and the spokes are CAD plated. Got the same paint on the hub as on the rim and on the spokes. So somebody grabbed a CAD wheel and threw a coat of black paint on it. Possibly together, possibly not.